And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much, man. And oh boy, man, I know I say this often, man, but man, do we have a great matchup to start week 14 in the NFL. And it's going to be against two teams that are fighting tooth and nail to not just get into the playoffs, but to actually get a chance to represent their division potentially. Man, the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. Man, the Cowboys are only about a game and a half behind the Philadelphia Eagles. Just a few weeks ago, that would have been insane to say. But the Eagles have lost two straight, and the Cowboys are on a three-game winning streak. And for Detroit, man, they started out the season 4-1. They were looking like once again the best team in the NFC. But since then, they have gone 3-4, and They have had some tough losses. They have already lost to Green Bay twice this season. The division may be out of the question for Detroit, but right now, man, they are trying to find a way to get into the playoff picture. They are currently the eighth seed in the playoff picture. So one game, one seed off of being able to make the playoffs in the wild card. So both of these teams, they need to continue to win. If they start I think if either of these teams loses two more times this season, it is likely going to be over for them. Specifically for the Cowboys, especially, man, because they cannot afford to lose anymore, man. That tie is right now, it's actually playing against them in this season and so far through the month of December. So they're going to need to continue to win, man. So we'll see what they can do against this against this Detroit team that is coming in to try to prove something this week. So, all right, man, let's see here some storylines for Dallas, man. Obviously, once again, they are on a three-game winning streak. That defense has played significantly better, man. Since those trades, man, Quinnen Williams, Logan Wilson out of Cincinnati, getting Omarion Overshown back healthy, man. Those three players alone seem to have transformed the way that this defense has been able to play. They've been able to get to the quarterback a lot more frequently. They are the number one defense at getting pressure on the quarterback. And to be honest with you, they were already number one even before those players got here. And Quinnen Williams, along with Kenny Clark, have been able to just eat up space in the middle, and that has actually been a major reason why their run defense has improved. They were one of the worst, absolute one of the worst defenses through the first half of the NFL season. But over the last couple of weeks, that Dallas defense has been able to kind of just hold running backs and opposing offenses running game overall just to very few yards, man. So a transformation there. Their secondary is playing a little bit more consistent. They've been able to play a little bit more man, whether it's because of the pressure. They've been able to hold the coverage a little bit longer, and that's creating maybe not turnovers. They're still not one of the best defenses at creating turnovers, but they have been able to get their hands on a couple balls, bat them away, force a couple incompletions, especially on third down. So something to look out for here. And for Detroit, it's almost been quite the opposite, man. I feel like the injuries are beginning to take a toll on them. I believe Terrion Arnold is going to be out for the rest of the season, or at least the next 4 weeks. He was put on IR just a few days ago. So one of your top corners going to be gone for at least a month. They're hoping to get him back before or potentially during the playoff run if they can make it there. And right now, the offense, man, we saw them. They were able to put up points against a really good defense in Green Bay, but when it mattered most, fourth down, third down, in late game situations, they have not been able to put teams away or get back into it like we saw on Thanksgiving. Dan Campbell, he's been aggressive. He's always been aggressive. That has not changed since he's been the coach. 2 years ago, last year, it worked. This season, especially over the last month and a half, it's beginning to kind of backfire on Detroit. Now they're giving the opposing offense great field position. They're putting themselves in bad situations, especially on first and second down, to try to And that's what's been causing Dan Campbell to try to go for it on fourth down so aggressively and so many times. He's trying to create a spark. He's trying to get some consistency on that offense, and it just hasn't worked, man. If Jameer Gibbs is not going off for 120, 150 yards, this offense has not been able to move the ball consistently down the field. So that's another thing to look out for against an improving Dallas defense. Um, and then when it comes to Dallas's offense, they're obviously putting up points. They're very aggressive. They're one of the best teams at running the ball. They're not. They haven't been as good as they were to begin the season. Javonte Williams' numbers have gone down, but I think the harder part of the schedule for Dallas has begun kind of to hit. So you might see them pass the ball a little bit more, be more aggressive in the passing game. And I think a part of that has to do with the emergence of George Pickens as a borderline top 10, top 5 receiver this season, man. Obviously, early in the season, CeeDee Lamb was the unquestioned leader in terms of that receiving group. He was getting the majority of the looks, whether it was a deep ball, intermediate, or short. It was always CeeDee Lamb. But that 3-week span where CeeDee was out with that ankle injury really did something for George Pickens, whether it was confidence or whether it was, hey, this is our guy. We need to find ways, creative ways to get him the ball. Either way, man, George Pickens has been an absolute monster. This I would say the last 7 to 8 weeks, and I think part of that has affected the running game. They felt a lot more comfortable putting the ball through the air. And on top of that, Detroit's secondary, man, they are one of the defenses that teams are very comfortable throwing down the field, man. I think teams are averaging nearly 10 yards per target against this Detroit defense. So expect the Cowboys to throw this ball deep down the field, past the sticks. And if CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens can be both on their game tonight, I'm expecting them probably both to go over 100 yards or approach that tonight. So we'll see, man. All right, this game is about to start up in about 2 minutes. So let's freaking go. But yeah, welcome if you're new. I typically don't talk this much before the game, but there was just a lot of storylines, man. These two teams, there's so much that's on the line here tonight. A loss for either of these teams could be the thing that keeps them out of the playoffs in the NFC. So while we are talking about offenses, let's look at the offensive stats here. Well, we got about a minute or so. So starting at the top here with the Cowboys on this side, they are the number one offense at throwing the ball down the field, man. Over 270 through the air. Once again, their running game has been climbing downwards over the last couple of weeks. So they are ranked 13th, still putting up a 122, still very solid. In terms of turning the ball over, still about middle of the field. At times they have, this is an offense that gives turnovers away in bunches. Sometimes they'll have a game where they have nothing, and then they'll have, the next week, they'll have a game where they turn the ball over 3 times. It just depends on the night, I guess. And then finally, 38 offensive touchdowns for this offense. That is good for 5th in the NFL. So they can get into the end zone quite frequently. And finally, scoring drives. This statistic is how many of their drives are ending in some type of points, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal. And right now, Dallas scoring on 47% of their offensive drives. Now up here, Detroit, 7th in the NFL through the air, 4th on the ground there, 138, one of the best offenses at getting some yardage on the ground, mostly due to Jameer Gibbs this season. They are one of the best offenses at not turning the ball over, only 8th this season. That's good for 2nd. 42 offensive touchdowns. That is number 1. That is actually tied for number 1 in the NFL. And finally, scoring on 44% of their offensive drives. All right, Detroit going to get the ball here to open up the first half. Ball to the 25, to the 30, 34, it looks like. There we go. Perfect, man. Perfect timing. All right, we got 14:55 here. Ball is at the 36. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. And Amon-Ra St. Brown is healthy. He actually gets the first catch and will pick up about 7 or 8 yards there down near the 43. I would not be surprised if St. Brown is on a snap count. He is obviously already starting. First catch, let's go. But something tells me he's not going to be playing a significant or his usual snap count just to make sure that he's healthy for this important stretch here in December. 2nd and 3, Goff under center, single back in the backfield. Tight end in motion, little play action, pressure, and it's going to get it out, and that's going to be incomplete, at least right now. Goff actually taking a hit as he was throwing. Man. And Detroit has had struggles with the interior line for most of the season, and it's only gotten worse as the injuries have kind of been piling up. They were supposed to get Ragnow back out of retirement, their long-standing center, but he unfortunately failed a physical with a grade 3 torn hamstring. Pressure, gets it out to Gibbs. He's going to pick up the first across the 50 to the 45, breaks a couple tackles, spins his way down to the 38 of Dallas. A heck of a catch and run by Jahmyr Gibbs. It was basically a little bit of a swing pass. He started out on Goff's right and ran a route right behind him towards the left side. Able to catch it in stride, had some nice blocks down the field, and once again made a couple guys miss to pick up some big yardage. 1st and 10 from the 38 of Dallas. Goff under center. Play action. Pressure. Throws underneath. Gibbs makes a man miss to the 30-20 to the 15. He stays on his feet again, and it's going to be down near the 12, and that'll be 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Wow. Yeah, that was just a quick dump off. Once again, the pressure. Cologne, the starting left guard, getting just bullied on that play. But luckily for Goff, able to get it out to Gibbs. And once again, man, he just made a couple guys miss. Murray completely whiffing on that tackle there. Could have held him to about 5 yards. Instead, he goes off for about 26. Rolling off to his right after the play action, and that'll be to the backup tight end, Owali, getting it down to the 8, gain of 4. All right, we got 2nd and 6, ball at the 8. Amon-Ra in the backfield along with Gibbs. Gets the handoff to the left, and he's going to lose 2 yards back at the 10. Yeah, and this very much improved Dallas run defense, able to hold down Gibbs to a loss of 2 on that one. 3rd and 8. Goff looking, pressured, and down he goes back at the 21. And I believe that is Houston with a heck of a sack. Once again, Dallas's defense, as we'll see their defensive stats in a few minutes here during the commercial break, number 1 at pressuring the quarterback. And yeah, Penei Sewell just got absolutely destroyed on that one. Jeez. Yeah, Sewell has, his first couple seasons in the NFL, he looked like one of the premier tackles. This season has not been pretty for him and this entire Detroit offensive line. But Detroit able to tack on a Jake Bates field goal here. 10:46 left in the first. And we'll see if Dallas can respond here when we come back. All right, let's check this out. But yeah, welcome, man. If you guys are new to the channel or if you're just joining us, first off, thank you. We do as many as 5 streams per week on the channel. So if you could leave a like on the video, it helps the video a ton. And subscribe if you haven't. It's a great free way to support me on the channel. So thank you. All right. So let's talk about these teams defensively as we have a little bit of a time here with the commercial break. So starting at the top here with the Cowboys, giving up over 250 through the air defensively, man. So one of the worst defenses at stopping the pass. In terms of stopping the run, believe it or not, even though they're 20th and still giving up 125, that number has improved quite a bit. I believe for the first 6 games this season, I think they were ranked below 28th for most of it. So definitely have improved, and as some of these guys have gotten either traded to Dallas and gotten healthy, that number has gone down. So we'll see if that number will continue to climb downwards throughout this December month. But in terms of turnovers, not great. Only 26th in the NFL. Only 10 turnovers this Dallas team has caused. And in terms of giving up touchdowns, nearly 41 touchdowns. That is 30th in the NFL. So teams not only have been able to put up yards against this Dallas team, they've been able to put up touchdowns as well. So something to look out for against Detroit offense that when they are healthy and when they are on the same page, they can get into the end zone quite often. And then once again, putting pressure on the quarterback nearly 33% of the time. That is the best rate in the NFL defensively. For the Detroit Lions right here, 213 through the air. So it's kind of smack dab in the middle. Definitely not as good as they were last year. But maybe with the injuries, Kirby Joseph has missed time. Terrion Arnold has missed time. So maybe that number has to do with those. But still giving up over 100 yards on the ground. Good for 11th. 13 turnovers. Not great for this Detroit defense. 21st. And then finally, 33 touchdowns they have given up. So something that we are not used to seeing with a Dan Campbell defense. And Cavante Turpin getting it down to the 32. And then finally, Detroit putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks nearly 25% of the time. David Stegosaurus, what's going on, brother? Hello, hello. Welcome, my man. Who do you have winning this game, my dude? Let me know. All right, we got 1st and 10, ball at the 32. Dak under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. Hands it off to Williams, and he will get it down near the 36. Holy cow, man. We got 6 people watching right now. Let's go. Heck yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. If you haven't yet, please leave a like, subscribe. It's a great free way to support me here. Play action, rolling out to his right, and he gets it out to George Pickens for a big first down. And we got a Lions player that is trying to get up, but he is struggling hard. Oh, no. Oh, that's... Yeah, that's not fun, man. So first off, Thomas Harper is the player down. That's the safety, number 12. Let's see here. He definitely took a thigh to the side of the head, and he was trying to get up, but it was one of those this is not going to be a great example of it, but like I don't know if you guys ever have seen like a kind of like a baby that's starting to learn how to crawl. He's trying to push himself up, but he can't. It's just kind of going up and down. That's what it looked like. So hopefully Harper is fine, but that was a rough look. Right now they're trying to get him on his feet, and he's still very much wobbly. And that's let me see here. Sorry, David. I picked it. Okay, okay, gotcha. All right. I think let me see here. I picked Dallas to actually win this one. I think they have a lot of momentum. I think offensively and defensively they're playing great together. But I know you did your picks at the beginning of the year, so I have a little bit of I obviously have the benefit of hindsight. But yeah. All right, we're back here. First and 10, ball at the 47. Pressure gets it out to Williams, and not going to be able to get anything positive out of that one. Might have been 5 yards there. That was a heck of a play by this Detroit defense, man. Able to get pressure on Prescott. Obviously, there was a little bit of a screen, I think, going on there. Maybe not, actually. There was no offensive lineman that went up with Williams to block for him. So, yeah, I think that might have been just like a little bit of a dump down. So, second and 15 after the loss. Ball at the 42. Prescott throws it over the middle, finds his tight end, and that is Ferguson with a big catch over the middle. Picks up about 18, maybe 19 for a first down. Look at that, man. Ferguson, the Wisconsin Badger, making plays. Dallas quickly getting to the line, throws it up the field, and it's nearly picked off by Detroit. Flournoy, the intended target there. David, so I had a thought. Can you imagine back when head-to-head combat happened? There were so many concussions and lingering effects there. Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, granted, medicine wasn't great back then, so sometimes they probably didn't survive. It's going to be a delayed handoff up the middle, and that gets nothing. Third and about 9 coming up. But yeah, dude, it was yeah. As a person that used to read like just history books of like combat and stuff like that, I was a big history buff. Still am. Yeah, dude, it was just like yeah, if you had like an infection, the only recourse obviously was like if the medicine of the time didn't work, they just lopped it off, or you just didn't make it. Third and 9, Dak throws, has time, throws it into a tight window, trying to force it to Pickens. I think there was 2 Detroit players that had a better chance at catching that one than Pickens did. And it'll be 4th down, man. All right, Brandon Aubrey in for this 57-yarder, a borderline chip shot for him, and that is good. One of the best kickers in the league, and we are all tied up here midway through the first quarter. And we got 8:07 left in the first here. But David, how you doing tonight, my man? How was your week been, actually, as well? Kind of getting back into the flow of things, now that's the holiday season. or at least part of it has kind of passed us by. Yeah, let's check. Let's check any inactives and injury updates for this game. And the Avante Maddox, the man coming in for Harper, he was the one that actually broke up that pass on third down there that forced the field goal attempt by Aubrey. So already, man, the backups over there in Detroit making their presence felt. Week has been okay and some stuff to do tonight, so we'll be dipping out of here in a bit for hopefully not too long. It got cold here for a couple. Oof, 100%, man. Make sure those heaters are working. Yeah, I got. Oh, great run there by I believe that's Kennedy, who's been elevated from the practice squad due to a couple injuries on offense over the last couple weeks. Actually had a pretty decent game against Green Bay, especially after Amon-Ra went out. He was basically the second, basically the second option at receiver last week. So him with a massive return here, man, getting it somewhere around the 40, maybe the 45. Um, but yeah, man, up here in Wisconsin, man, it was what was it last night? I think it got his with the wind chill and everything. It got to like for sure single digits. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty cold the next couple of days here in Wisconsin. And a run by Montgomery up the field, and that will get it down to the 49, gain up about 2. And let's move the possession over. Boom. There we go. All right, 2nd and 8. Goff under center here. Single back in the backfield. Play action, pressure, and it's just going to throw it away. Is this ball live? Right now, they're saying it's a fumble. And it's recovered by Dallas. We'll see what. Let me see here. So all replays are reviewed. We'll see. I don't think that's a turnover. Okay, there we go. So incomplete pass, and we got 3rd and 8 coming up here. That was a weird sequence. I do like that they let them just let the play run its course. I like that. All right. 2 receivers split out to the right. Goff in the shotgun. Throws to the right, and it's nearly intercepted. Amon-Ra slipping on the play. And this is going to be a quick 3-and-out for Detroit, man. Despite getting the ball literally at the 47-yard line, they are unable to get anything, man. Yeah, Goff once again taking another hit on that throw. That was a forward pass, I bet. Corrective. Oh, yeah, they did. Absolutely, my man. He kind of got pushed down, but it may have been within 5 yards of line. I was looking at that. There was a lot of contact during that route, but we'll see how the referees play this. As long as they're consistent with it, I never care, man. Like even for the Packers, like be consistent with it. Let the teams know that hey, we're not going to play it that cold. We're going to let you guys kind of fight. As long as it's hands, you're not grabbing. So there's a punt, but there was a flag. They're seeing if the returner called for a fair catch and then started to return it. Okay. So they were both on Dallas, and they're gonna basically enforce the invalid fair catch. That's what they're gonna call it. So that'll actually move the ball. Basically, I think that'll move the ball back to the 5 yard line, almost the four. Haha, they need to make it a rule that a fair catch, the guy has to let his fingertips to be considered a fair. There you go. That's fair. Yeah, we've seen that a couple times over the last couple weeks. It's going to be a run up the middle, and Williams picks up about a yard or two. Taking a hard hit there by Jack Campbell. Jeez. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to remember the game. Was it Baltimore? I think there was a false fair or invalid fair catch on that one too. There's a lot. I feel like we've seen that once or twice already the last couple weeks. All right, 2nd and 8, ball at the 7 yard line. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looks, throws, gets it out to Pickens, who is able to nearly get away. He'll get it down near the 9, maybe the 10, depending on the spot. Yeah, I agree with you. There needs to be to be honest with you, it's like there's been some weird. I don't remember ever having that issue. At least maybe I don't know. To be honest with you, like I'd be lying to you if before this season and last season I watched maybe 2 games a week. Now I'm watching a lot more football. But yeah, maybe there does need to be like more of like a hey, 2 hands on the 2 hands on the helmet and pressure and down he goes. That's a safety. That's a safety. One ref is saying safety. The head ref is saying spot is basically at the 1. Let's see here. Oh boy. I mean, that's close. I think this should be a safety because the ball has to be completely out. And I don't know if the player needs to be completely out or if it's the ball only. So right now they're putting up the 5, but they are reviewing this one. Dude, if you're Dak, man, I'm surprised you held on to that one, dude. That would have thrown that one away. And that was Jack Campbell also, who made the tackle there on Prescott, or the sack, honestly, that could be. That could be a safety here. Right now, the 5 is on the board. The call on the field was a safety. That's really close. After contact, ball was never out of the end zone. For sure. Absolutely. And it's just, let me see here. I don't think there might be enough to overturn the call. Oh, wow. They said that before the contact, the ball was completely out of the end zone. I don't like that angle that they're showing, man. I feel like each of these end zones does have a pylon camera. I don't. Oh no, I guess not. Well, they should. Anyway, David, be back later. All right, my man. I'll catch you later, my dude. Appreciate you popping in here, man. All right, so the official word is it is not a safety. It is a sack, and they will be punting the ball basically from inside the 1. I'd be laughing if they block this and they score a touchdown. That'd be hilarious. Ah. All right. It's a good punt, though. Caught it at the 37. Got it out to the 50, to the 45, and we'll be down to the 42 of Dallas, man. So a heck of a return there by Kennedy. Jeez. All right, so we're going to a commercial break here. Right now, man, the defenses are ruling the day, man. No touchdowns, only field goals, and we've already had a couple sacks. Couple near turnovers as well. That's another thing. Yeah, obviously I don't have the audio right now, but from the looks of it, the broadcast crew are like surprised that was overturned. Let's go, man. We got 4 people watching right now. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're just joining us or if you're new to the channel, please leave a like on the video. It helps the video a ton. It helps get the video in other people's eyes as well. And on top of that, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel, man. I think we just hit 141 on the channel, man. So once again, we're slowly climbing. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 42 of Dallas here. Goff alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers on that left side. A little bit of pressure, gets it out to Gibbs, and he is going to be wrapped up at the 38. All right, we got 5 minutes left here. The clock is running. 2nd and 6. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got two receivers split out to the right. Gets it out to the tight end, and that'll be a first down there on the left sideline. Yeah, once again, the Detroit Lions are without Sam Laporta. He's going to be out for the rest of the season. I think he's actually been gone for the last 2 games. He had to get surgery a couple weeks ago, and yeah, man, they're without him. They were without Amon-Ra last week against Green Bay. He got injured in that game very, very early. Quick throw to the offensive lineman, and that's going to be incomplete. There was definitely a false start going on. I don't know what. Sometimes Dan Campbell confuses me a little bit with his play calls. So yeah, they had an offensive lineman split out way out to the right side, almost like they were trying to set up a little bit of like a screen, like a little bubble screen with him in motion. And something tells me this might have to do with the Darnell Washington effect that we're seeing with the Steelers. You know, get a big, massive human being, get him the ball quickly so he can build some momentum, and then you can just like basically run through defensive backs like bowling pins. And it only works if the guy is athletic and can catch the ball. Screen to the left side to Gibbs, and he is going to be wrapped up after a gain of about 2 or 3 there. All right, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right, takes the snap, looks, throws over the middle. St. Brown to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 7-yard line, and it'll be Amon-Ra with a big first down for Detroit, man. First and goal. Ooh. Nice little double move slant there. Yeah, I don't know what kind of drugs they got St. Brown on, but can I have some too? That dude does not look like he has a bad ankle at all. All right, ball at the 8 officially. End around, gets it out to JMO, and he dives for that front pylon. Touchdown, Detroit. Oh, they're saying he stepped out of bounds. Oh, boy. Let me see here. Go a little too wide. Oh, yeah, there it is. That left foot right out of bounds, right at the 1-yard line. So, pause on the celebration. We'll see what it is. Gibbs gets the handoff, and he punches it in from the 1. And now that is a Detroit touchdown. Now he's able to pull the guard there. Got just enough of number 54 to give Gibbs that room just to kind of wiggle through. All right, we got 2:14 left in the first, and Jake Bates' extra point is good. All right, man. It's not looking pretty in this game, but Detroit on top. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to grab some water. All right. Bam. So let's see how the Cowboys respond, man, because they offensively over the last couple of weeks, man, I know just before their bye they were struggling a little bit, man. They were out of rhythm. Dak was getting pressured quite a bit. The offensive line seems to be really in a good spot right now. They've limited the mistakes, penalties, things like that, especially on third down. Dude, like Guyton and the other tackle, man, they were picking the worst times for either holding calls, or even just false starts. Man, those were the big ones because like that just beats you before the play even gets started. Man, it's the worst. Um, but yeah, man, for a bit there, it looks like CD Lamb and Dak were not on the same page last week. Definitely on the same page. So let's see if the Cowboys can kind of get back to it, man. So far, the first quarter, not moving the ball quite as smoothly as we've seen in the last couple of weeks, especially on this 3-game winning streak that they are bringing in here to Detroit. Directional kick caught at the 7, and Turpin able to get it down to the 30. Yeah, Dallas has a clearer path in terms of their schedule. They got the Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, and the Giants. I mean, the Commanders and the Giants alone only have 5 wins, and then the Vikings only have 4. So it's like, yeah, that's whew. They need a win tonight. It's gonna be a run to the left. Williams picks up a good 6 or 7 yards there on the left side. All right, 2nd and 3, ball at the 37-yard line. Another handoff. This one, Williams up the gut, and he will pick up about 2 or 3, setting up a 3rd and 1 for Dallas. All right, well, looks like we got a 3 tight end set here. Fullback in motion, fakes the toss. Dak looks, throws, and he finds Flournoy across the 40 for Dallas. First down. All right, ball at the 43. Dak under center. Hands it off to Williams, and he will get it down to the 46. All right, I like the Cowboys kind of slowing things down a little bit, trying to get that running game going. All right. That'll be the final play of the first. We head to the second quarter with Dallas approaching the midway point of this field here, man, trying to get to the 50. And let's go, man. We got 4 people watching right now. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you. And if you guys also hit up the chat, man, now leave a like on the video, subscribe as well. But yeah, man, definitely hit up the chat. Let me know who your team is, who are you expecting to win tonight, and yeah, man, let me know. Let me know. So an update on safety Thomas Harper for Detroit. He is going to be out for the rest of this game with a concussion. I mean, that was about as clear of a sign that he was very very much concussed. That was unfortunately that was like watching Tua get hit, man. That was a rough one. Yeah, Harper, I feel like he was on the ground trying to literally just get up, doing like the exact same motion, trying to do almost like a push up. To be honest with you, I feel like I saw him do that like at least a dozen times. And each time it's like he reached a certain point and they went back down and just kind of kept on going back and forth. It was like his brain was like resetting every time, man. It was bad. So thankfully they're gonna keep him out of the game, and hopefully he can heal up. All right, so we're coming back here. We got 2nd and 7. Dak in the shotgun. 2 receivers split out to the left. 2nd and 7. Quick throw. Gets it out to Flournoy. And he tries to make a man and miss, and nothing on that one. Picks up about 2, maybe 3. All right, 3rd and 6. Ball at the 47. Dak in the shotgun. Running back to his left. Single receiver on that left side. Looks, throws, gets it out to Lamb. He breaks a tackle, first down, and he will be down near the 36 of Detroit. There it is, man. CeeDee Lamb's first catch of the night. I think it's also his first target of the night as well, so. 1st and 10. End around Turpin with a little bit of room, and great freaking play, man. I think that was Maddox. probably saved what would have gone for 10 plus yards on that one. Instead, I think it's only a gain of about 4 for Turpin on that one. Maybe 5, but either way, man, that was like if Maddox does not sprint to the sidelines, man, Turpin might be taking that one to the house. All right, 2nd and 6, ball at the 33, Dak under center. Hands it off to Williams, makes a cut, turns it to the left, and we'll get it down near the 30-yard line. 3rd down coming up. All right, pitch to the right. Ooh, oh, there it is, man. He got it, picking up 4 yards. And I believe that is Javonte Williams. Literally ran into his own offensive lineman. Luckily, no defenders were able to get much penetration on that one. So once he bumped into Steele, Steele just kind of moved out of the way. Williams able to just dive for that 1st down. All right, ball just shy of the 25. Little play action, rolling out to his left. And holy freaking cow, what a catch by Spanford, man. Holy cow. Tight coverage and able to come down with it. It's going to be 2nd down, but picked up some decent yardage on that one. 2nd and 3, ball inside the 20, so Dallas in the red zone. Hands it off, and I think, is that Davis picking up about 2 or 3 yards there? Yes, it is. Yeah, dude, Malik Davis, man, was I think it was elevated from the practice squad a couple weeks ago, man, and had a heck of a freaking game against was it Philly when he scored that 45-yard touchdown basically. So like right up the middle, man, just so much speed. And Dak with a QB sneak, and he will get the 1st down. All right, Dak, play action, rolling out to his right, throws, and it's going to be incomplete, trying to get it to Flournoy there. And we got another Detroit defensive back, slow to get up, and that's Brian Branch. And Branch is staying on the field here. 2nd and 10, ball at the 15. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure, and woo, and that's going to be dropped by Williams. Good thing it was, because he would have lost about 3 or 4 yards on that one. Yeah, Dallas was trying to set up a screen there on the left side. Did not work at all. Able to get some pressure on Dak, and then luckily, as the ball was getting there, Williams took a hit. Ball hit the ground, and that'll be incomplete. All right, 3rd and 10 here. Dak alone in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. Pressure, down he goes again from the blind side. And Dak is a little slow to get up. Muhammad coming in there and just. Oof. Dude, Thomas had the left tackle, man. Jesus. Barely even got a piece of Muhammad there. So for the Cowboys, unfortunately, another drive going to stall out after looking great. And woo! That kick nearly went wide right on Aubrey, man. That thing luckily just curved in just at the last second. All right, man. Still relatively early here in the second. And it's a 4-point game. Detroit on top. Yeah, right now Detroit, I think, was that their third sack of the night? So right now, Dallas is averaging just under 3 yards per play. Detroit averaging 6 yards. The Lions, man, they have been racking up the tackles. 15 tackles to Dallas's 8. It's been a relatively clean game, only one penalty on each side. All right. And we're just coming back from the commercial break here. So, no, it looks like Dallas has only given up 2 sacks in this game, not 3. Aubrey's kick is away. We got 9:23 here. Kick is caught inside the 5, across the 20, 25, and woo! And taken down near the 29, man. Holy cow. That was a heck of a tackle there by Spanford, the backup tight end. All right, we got 1st and 10. Goff in under center here. Play action. Has a ton of time and still unable to connect. I think that ball was tipped at the line. Looks like he was trying to target Amon Ra on that one. Oh man, he looks like he had J-Mo down the field. 2nd and 10. Goff alone in the shotgun, and whoa, it looks like we're going to get a false start on Detroit here. And that's going to be on the rookie Frazier. Or Fraser. Like Brendan Fraser or like the TV show Frasier. Let me know. All right. Second and 15. Ball at the 24. Goff alone in the shotgun. Looks, throws, finds Gibbs over the middle, and he is going to pick up about 13 of the 15 yards that they needed. Ooh, nice little angle route there. I like it. I like the angle routes, man. I feel like they're underrated in the NFL. I know everybody's very athletic, but that angle route, it looks like the running back is going to run it flat. Instead, he takes a couple steps out and then cuts it back inside. Third and 2. Think Detroit got somebody to jump off sides and then throwing it to Williams and double shot of whiskey, not able to adjust to that ball. That ball was well short. And Detroit's looking for a flag. And right now it's 4th and 2. And Dan Campbell is sending the special teams unit out to punt. And the punt is away, and it'll be fair caught around the 21. Oh, man. So what looks like what happened is the defense did move beforehand, but it doesn't look like they crossed the line of scrimmage before the snap. I'm sure. Yeah, no. 54 nearly does, but the ball was already snapped. Yeah, no. Once again, the defense can look like they're about to go off, and unless an offensive lineman makes contact while they're kind of approaching, but I don't think they can get them for basically like twitching. It's not like the offensive line necessarily. So I do like the no call on that one. The pass interference on JMO though, that might be a different case. I kind of caught the tail end of the contact on that drive, so I wasn't sure if the defender pulled JMO to try to stop him from coming back to it. There might be a little bit of a better case for that, but I don't think there was an encroachment call on the defense that could have been called or should have been called. All right, we got 1st and 10. Dak under center here. Play action. Throws it down the field. He's got CeeDee Lamb down near the 40 of Detroit. Oh, Dak taking a hit there by Brian Branch. 1st and 10, ball at the 42. Dak again pressured, looking, throws it, and that'll be incomplete. There has to be a flag on that one. To be fair, it looks like Ferguson was there setting up a screen, so that might have been. There's somebody in the vicinity, so yeah. Actually, that ball might have gone backwards. So that might be a fumble recovered by Jake Ferguson. Oh, okay. So they're calling it a backwards pass, technically a fumble recovered by the tight end, and they lost a lot of yardage on that one. Yeah, a loss of 16, so 2nd and 26 coming up. All right, Dak in the shotgun. Quick throw, gets it out to Lamb, and he will pick up about 5. So 3rd and 21 coming up. Hey, let's freaking go, man. We got 4 people watching right now. Let's go. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. So we got 3rd and 21, even though it says 3rd and 26. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his left. Pressured, rolling, running. He's going to get it out to Jake Ferguson, and he is not going to be anywhere near. Fumble! Fumble, and it's recovered by Detroit. Oh, Jake doing way too much, man. What is going on here? Seastrom! What's going on, Seastrom? Good morning. Good morning, sir. And Packer Nation, let's go, man. This is a big one to 100%, my dude. All right, so after the fumble by Dallas, it'll be 1st and 10, ball at the 47 for Detroit. I got to switch this up real quick. Sorry, my Amazon Prime Video was freezing up on me, so I had to restart the app. And they're going to get Detroit for a holding penalty. Wow. Detroit has been just, I mean, that is a hold, clearly. Wow, Skipper really just didn't want to let that one go. He just basically hugged whose ever arm that was. Dude, what is going on right now? Okay, there we go. We got 1st and 10 here. Sorry, 1st and 20 back at the 37. But yeah, Seastrom, let me know who you got tonight, man. I'm just kidding. And another penalty for Detroit. This one a false start on the rookie Rutledge. Who do you think pulls this one out? I think it comes down to the very end. I do agree, but I did pick Dallas to win. I think they just have a little bit more momentum right now. And the ball is going to be caught by Tesla down to the 40. The only good news is for Detroit is that play happened on 1st down, so they still. All right. Are we back? Are we back? Let me know if we're back, guys. I don't know what happened, but everything just was not working. So hopefully I am live here. Are you back? I think. I hope. Yes, yes. Let's go! All right. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. Oh, my goodness. Wow. All right. Holy cow, man. That was weird. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we're back. The Detroit Lions scored a touchdown here. Cavante Turpin is returning has a great return across the 50, but there is a flag, and I think it's going to be on Dallas. So holy cow, man. Holy cow. All right. So let's yeah, I don't know what friggin' happened, guys, but yeah, it's all weird right now. All right, so let me get the scores correct. Scoreboard reset. I know, dude. I was like, oh. So 17 to 6. Okay. Second quarter. All right. That was really weird. Hopefully, you guys can hear me and see me as well. Dak throws it out on a swing pass to the right. Williams picks up about 5 yards there before going out of bounds. We got 4:10 on the clock, and the clock is running. Yeah, I don't know if my internet went out. Like, I've had this internet for like 2 years, never had an issue with it, so I was like surprised. But yeah, change football. Boom, there we go. Thank you, David. I appreciate you, man. 2nd and 5. Dak under center, throws to the right. Lamb breaks loose. He's to the 40, to the 45, and is spun down at the 46. And that's another first down catch for CD Lamb tonight. I thought it was all on my end. LOL. I was like, I swear I paid my bill. No, your bills are fine. I have no idea what was going on. I'm going to have to look at that later, but thankfully I did not have to restart or completely redo another stream, so that's good. 1st and 10. Williams with a run up the middle picks up about 4 yards down near the 45. All right. But how's everybody doing tonight? How's your internet at home? Are you guys doing all right? Did you pay your bills? That's a reminder. Pay your bills, pay your light bill, pay your gas bill. If you got water and sewage, don't forget. All right. Dak throws, has time, looking for Pickens, and that'll be incomplete, but we do have a flag down the field. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Grab the Oh no, they're waving it off. There's 2 penalties. One on Dallas, one on Detroit, so that just is going to reset the play. Illegal hands to the face. And then there was pass interference on Detroit, so those are offset. And all right, 2nd and 7 again. Ball at the 49. 2nd and 7. Malik Davis able to slip past a couple defenders, getting it down to the 47 of Detroit. Picks up about 4 or 5 on that one. Two-minute warning has hit right here, man. Yeah, man, the Lions on top right now, 17-6. Dallas does have a chance to score before halftime, but if they don't get a first down here on third down, they're going to give Detroit a chance to be able to maybe a little bit double dip before the half ends. All right, let's check the fantasy team. I did make the playoffs in my fantasy league. That's a good news. I finished with the number one seed and the best record in my league. I do have a bye this week, but I'm competitive. I still like to see if I can win. You know, last couple of weeks, man. Last week I think I had four guys that I had on the bench that would have been the top scorers. My best player was my kicker, who gave me 19 points there. All right, what do we think, guys? Is Dallas going to be able to score before the half, or are the Lions going to be able to score before the half? Let me know. Let me know. David, Dallas scores. Oh, all right, all right. Oh, David, they got the cheerleaders on the side there. I got you, buddy. I got you. 3rd and 4 coming up here. Ball at the 48. Dak in the shotgun. Pressure, throws, and he's got, I believe that might be Turpin with a nice catch there for a first down. Woo, cheerleader. I was very much that Leo meme where it's like, look, look, 1st and 10. Throwing it deep to the left. He's got Lamb, but that ball leads him out of bounds. And CD Lamb says, no, up the field, not to the sidelines. Because I believe he had Roberts beat on this one. Oh, man. Second and 10. Quick throw, gets it out to Pickens, and that's going to pick up about 8 yards there on on 2nd down, setting up a third. And the penalty is going to be on Dallas here. I think they're going to get Pickens for maybe offensive PI. Let me see here. Oh, no. Illegal hands to the face, man. It's basically a face mask on Rock Ya-Sin. Yeah, man, he nearly ripped that helmet right off his head. All right, that'll be 2nd and 25, back at their own 42 now after that penalty. Quick throw over the middle, get to the CD Lamb, and he gets it back near the original line of scrimmage, back at the 48. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry, they were showing Brian Schottenheimer there on the sidelines, and they just caught somebody in the background with perfect timing. They decided to put their hands under their pants, and maybe let's just say adjusting the positions of the balls on the field. You know, at first it looked like it was going to be 2nd and 15. The guy disagreed. Maybe closer to 2nd and 14. Yeah, I was like, what the? And the only reason I noticed is this guy was wearing a massive, massive gold watch. I was gonna be like, oh, that's a nice watch. And I was like, whoa, hey, where's that going? Oh, hey, whoa. It's a family show, man. 3rd and 15. Over the middle, gets it out to Ferguson, and he keeps on fighting for yardage. And that'll be 4th and about 4 coming up. Ferguson able to hold on to this one. He fumbled on the previous drive. All right, so far in his career, Brandon Aubrey, 31 for 36, career long of 65. He's averaging 86% from 50 plus. This one is going to be, I'm trying to see here. It's like a 57 yarder, 58 yarder. 55 yarder, so well within his range. Kick is up and it's drifting. It's drifting. It stays just inside that left upright. And so far, Dallas, all they have been able to score is a couple Brandon Aubrey field goals, or a trio of Brandon Aubrey field goals. I hoped it would be blocked and returned for a You know what would have been cool? If Brandon Aubrey would have faked it, a little lateral. He tries to throw it down the field. It gets picked off and returned for a touchdown. That would have been cool. Yeah, I'm trying to see it. When was the last time we had a blocked kick on the stream? I know early in the season we had we had like 3 blocked kicks in the matter of like 7 minutes because the NFL just kept on sending us to different games for a while. All right. So Dallas able to chip into this lead just a little bit here, 9-17, 50 seconds left. And it's going to be returned across the 25 down to the 26. Does the ground blocking a kick count? I think we have to give credit to the ground. I think we do. I think that it is considered a blocked. Though they blocked the foot. And this is kind of like an existential question. Does a kick exist unless there's a foot that hits a ball? Is the action a two-parter, or is the ball, or is the foot the thing that causes the kick? Quick throw to St. Brown there on the right sideline, and he picks up about 5 or 6 yards before going out of bounds. Stops the clock at 40 seconds. All right, 2nd and 6. 3 receivers to the left. Goff in the shotgun. Has some time. Over the middle. Finds Jahmyr Gibbs to the 40, to the 45, and down to the 47. Clock is running. Detroit. I think they used some timeouts on their drive where my system went haywires. First and 10. Quick throw. Gets it out to St. Brown, and he will pick up about 9 yards before going out of bounds. Clock is stopped at 17 seconds. Jake Bates taking a few deep breaths on the sidelines. Probably a little nervous. That's true. It wasn't actually kicked. It was a kicking play. That's true. Very true. And Goff needs to throw this one away just to try to preserve some time. Couldn't find anything down the field. And we got 13 seconds left. 3rd and 1 coming up. Once again, Detroit has 1 timeout left. So basically anything, honestly, this might be, depending on how many seconds you have, this might be 4th down territory. And Dallas is going to use a timeout. That is their first. Look at that, man. The playoff picture, wild card, Seattle. Look at that, Green Bay right there. Beautiful, right there in the middle. Very safe. Safe and secure. San Francisco, 9-4. Yeah, right now, Green Bay with an 89% probability to make the playoffs. So likely if they can get one more win, for sure 2, and they will be in the playoffs guaranteed. 3rd and 1 down the field, and that should be PI. And that, yeah, there you go. I'm on route pointing for a first down. 10 seconds left. And that's going to be on the rookie Revel, working against arguably one of the best route runners in the NFL. And yeah, Revel just trying to make sure he does not give up the catch along with a big play. Got a handful of St. Brown's shoulder pads there. Ball at the 29, 1st and 10. 5 receiver set. Goff looking, throws it deep down the field. He's got a man, and not accurate enough. Goff ending up on his back, and Tesla was wide open. I'm pretty sure his defender slipped and fell. Let's see here. Yep, Revel just losing his footing. And if Goff is able to put it on Tesla, man, that is a touchdown. All right, 4 seconds left. Jake Bates in for this kick. And Schottenheimer trying to ice the kicker there, using his second timeout here. All right, this one from 47. This is definitely not a chip shot field goal. We've seen Bates miss from this far. And he sneaks it in there, man. Woo! That thing was heading right for a double doink. I could feel it in my bones. Instead, Detroit able to extend their lead or reestablish an 11-point lead before the half here. Able to answer Dallas's field goal with their own. All All right. Something I definitely was not expecting, man, especially for how these teams have played over the last 2 or 3 weeks, man. Dallas's offense has been great. Detroit's defense has been giving up a lot of points and yardage, man. They've been a little bit softer over the last couple of weeks, but I don't know. Maybe it was the turkey. Maybe it was the mashed potatoes, the yams. Maybe it was the stuffing. I don't know what it is, man. But these teams have kind of flipped a little bit. Detroit's looking a lot better defensively and offensively, and Dallas struggling right now. So, all right. Let me see here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Happy birthday, Ted. Love Marjorie, according to Stadium Board in the background. Hey, everybody, give Ted happy birthdays, Ted. Also, shout out to Marjorie for getting that on the jumbotron there. So happy birthday, Ted. I don't know who you are, but I hope you have a great day. Hope whichever team you're rooting for wins. And yeah, man. Hopefully, yeah. There you go. Happy birthday, Ted. Captain Dave, check comments. Just sent you something. Okay. Check comments when you have a second. I got you, my man. Appreciate you. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then doing score updates? Absolutely, my man. Oh yeah. Yeah, on that Sunday, I think the game that they're showing on my area is Steelers in Baltimore, which should be hopefully a pretty good game. At least the stakes will be pretty high for both of them. Whoever wins that is going to be able to take the lead in the AFC North. That'll be the first game that we do on Sunday. After that, I think it's going to be Chicago, Green Bay, and then obviously Sunday night. So yeah, so we got some pretty exciting games coming up here. Let me sorry about that. We are at halftime. Sorry, I'm a little out of sorts right now, man. Still trying to figure out what happened to the system, but we'll move on. But yeah, but Captain, yes, I will be doing some updates on that score for that Buffalo game. Can do, my man. Let me see here, Steve. Welcome, Steve. What's going on? Come on, Dallas. We can win this. Hey, man. They're in it. They're only down by 11. We've seen them come back from 21 at one point. So, Captain, no bad Rodgers is losing. Are you saying it's bad that Rodgers is losing, or are you saying bad Rodgers is losing? All right, so let's talk about these teams here. Sorry, I was trying to get some of the the tabs that I had back for this that I usually use. But anyway, so let's talk about these teams, man. So for Dallas, yeah, protection has been an issue. Dak has had a lot of pressure in his face. So this offensive line for Dallas needs to play a lot better. They need to start opening up some running lanes as well. Uh, Javante Williams hasn't really been able to run much. And to be fair, as Detroit has kind of grown this lead, you can clearly tell that Dallas is trying to catch up by finding something down the field, whether it be with CD or with George Pickens. Right now, CD seems to be the guy. 5 catches, 89 yards. Um, I'm trying to think here. Ferguson, he's been kind of here and there. Usually he's been very reliable. Obviously today, unfortunately, he does have the fumble. And defensively, I think has been the biggest issue is Dallas's passing game. They've been able to use Detroit has been able to use Jahmyr Gibbs in the passing game quite effectively. He's had at least 2 or 3 big chunk plays that have gone for sure more than 10 yards. I think he had a 26-yarder, and I think he had another one on that field goal drive there at the end over the middle. So yeah, so Gibbs has been really racking up the yardage. Speaking of that, let me get my there it is. Just to be sure. Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs right now, the leading receiver for Detroit. 5 catches, 63 yards, along of 26. Amon-Ra is right behind him with 446. And weirdly enough, Jahmyr Gibbs only has 3 runs, 3 carries for 18 yards. David Montgomery, 2 for 37, breaking off a 35-yarder. That, I believe, was the touchdown that we missed while my system was having a freak out. So yeah, even Detroit has not really run the ball much, but when they have, they've done it pretty well. They have, we see here, they have 6 carries for 63 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns as well. So yeah, so for Detroit, man, offensively, everything seems to be kind of working. The passing game seems to be working. The running game, even though they haven't done a whole lot of it, seems to be working. And defensively, man, they've been able to keep Dak in the pocket. Even when he does run, he's usually having to rush and get that ball out quickly. Otherwise, he's just going to get just smacked. Yeah, let me see here. McNeil has a sack. Muhammad has a sack. And Jack Campbell has a sack. So 3 sacks on Dak Prescott tonight. And I feel like the stats are obviously going to be in Detroit's favor, but just the way that we've seen the play, just the flow of the game, who's dominating with their possessions, who's taking the advantage of the most, and it's clearly Detroit right now. If Dallas does not begin to score points here, at least in the third for sure, this is going to be the third quarter is going to decide whether this game turns into a blowout win for Detroit or it's going to be a close game that Dallas is going to be able to claw back, kind of like they did a couple weeks ago against the Eagles. So I think that's going to be what it is, man. I don't see Detroit all of a sudden, just kind of falling off the face of the map. I feel like they're going to be able to put up at least 10 more points. But what's going to be the difference is whether Dallas is going to be able to get actually into the end zone for the first time tonight in the second half. And they're going to need to score for sure, probably at least 3 touchdowns in the second half to be able to make sure that they can top the Lions. Oh, man, look at that. They got the Temptations out here. Let's go. Sorry, I'm just looking at the halftime performance. And of course, man, a little bit of Motown, a little bit of, ooh, look at that synchronization. Oh. Sorry. Temptations are fun, man. A little bit of Earth, Wind, and Fire, too. Mhm. Anyway, I guess we'll talk about football. I guess I don't know. All right, so Dak, 16 of 21, 154, no touchdowns, no interceptions as well. Javante, 9 for 29. He's only averaging about 3 yards per carry. That's the thing right there, man. Like, the Cowboys, it's one thing if CD and George Pickens are getting clean catches down the field and they're able to pick up massive chunks. But right now, it only seems CD is the guy that's getting open. Everybody else has been well covered. Yeah, George, 2 for 15. That's it off of 3 targets. Jake, 3 targets, 3 catches, 33 yards. He's done well, but one of them was a fumble. Um, yeah, man. Everybody else, 2 catches or less. Not even 10 yards for the rest of the guys here. So, Dave, I believe the best halftime show for Detroit would be Hi, my name is what? My name is what? My name is Chicka 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 Slim. I mean, to be fair, I think wasn't Eminem during part of the halftime show last week? I'm just saying, man, Detroit's own. I still have yet to be able to find that or watch that halftime show, man. I still do, man. Jack White and Eminem, oh, phenomenal. Yeah, if you guys got a chance to watch that one, let me know if it's worth if it's worth me trying to find it here on YouTube. But yeah, my name is what? Here, let's look at the team stats here. Detroit over 200 yards on offense. Dallas 158. Both have 9 first downs, so it hasn't been an extremely efficient game in terms of like just matriculating down the field. It's usually come in big chunks. That's what I'm gathering from not just watching the game, but also from just the stats here, man. Dallas 5 for 10 on 3rd down, and Detroit 1 for 4. Doesn't matter. He has enough hits to do round 2 or 4 or 8. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Bam, nailed it. You nailed it, my man. But yeah, this is the one that's tough here for Dallas, man. They've gotten into the red zone just one time, and they had to settle for a field goal. And those they have to switch them, man. They got to get into the end zone, man. You're not going to be able to beat a team like Detroit on field goals, man. Like even on some of their worst games, or some of their worst performances this season, um, field goals were not going to cut it. I think the only time that I remember them scoring what I think less than 10 points was against the Eagles about a month ago. Yeah, otherwise, man, they're a team that will score 17 or more, man. So you gotta get down the field. You gotta get into the end zone at least once or twice to have a chance to beat them. Oh, there it is. Sorry, these headphones have gotten a lot of use. Starting to get a little loose in some spots. There we go. All right. Third quarter coming up here. Let's freaking go. Also, Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery have scored touchdowns. Uh, each have scored a touchdown for the 12th time in their respective careers. That is the most all time for a pair of running backs. Turpin trying to make a man miss, and he will get it down near the. Was that 25? All right, so 1st and 10 ball at the 30 for Dallas here. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Quick throw, and it's intercepted in and out of the hands of George Pickens to the 20, to the 15, and taken out of bounds. And that is Barnes with an incredible ricochet catch off that almost great catch by George Pickens. We didn't get a pick six, though. We were about 14 yards short. Woo! Tip drill. Tip drill. Barnes trying to throw a little bit of a juke there on Dak. Great coverage and oof. Well, that is not what the Cowboys needed in the second half. They throw an interception on the first play. And I said it before the game. I said it like I think 3 minutes into the stream. The Cowboys do not turn the ball over a ton, but when they do it in bunches. 1st and 10, 3 receivers to the left. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, throws, gets it out to J-Mo, and he goes backwards and picks up about 3 before going out of bounds. Well, that's going to leave a mark. Yep. Great job by Roberts, man. The corner, he was able to get his hand in there. That's what caused that ball to just pop up in the air. And Barnes was in the perfect spot. All right, we got 2nd and 8 ball at the 12. Goff in the shotgun, running back. Nice little swing pass there. Throws it down the field, and it's a touchdown! Tesla! Woo! Oh, boy. Yep. The man with 2 famous inventors / scientists' name, Isaac Tesla. With a nice catch there. Able to get it there on the back corner of the left side of the end zone. And Bates' extra point is good. And oh boy. Oh boy. Dallas is starting to lose some ground here, down by a full 18. That is 3 possessions. See here. All right. Kick is going to be into the end zone, and Turpin just takes a knee, gets the ball to the 35. All right, we're 14-14 left in the third quarter here, and Detroit has already picked off Dak Prescott and thrown a touchdown as well. It's going to be a run to the left, and Williams stacked up after picking up about 3 or 4 there. All right. 2nd and 7. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure by Detroit. Lofts one up, and that's going to be caught somehow by CeeDee Lamb down near the 30 of Detroit. I'm pretty sure Dak got hit as he was throwing that one because that thing kind of just fluttered in the air, but CeeDee able to adjust to that one, and wow. Also had a guy draped all over him. So they were going to get Reed for offensive PI, but it was declined because that was a heck of a catch. 1st and 10, ball at the 30. Williams breaks a couple tackles, picks up 11 yards, and the Dallas Cowboys are going to be inside the red zone only for the 2nd time tonight. Hanging on him like a coat round. Absolutely, man. I'm pretty sure Lamb was not cold on that play. He was like, oh, it's a little toasty in here. Steve, come on, Dallas. We can still win this. We can't lose here. Come on, let's go. 1st and 10, ball at the 19. Dak looking, throws to the right. It's got Lamb. No, that was to George Pickens, but well overthrown. And we do have a penalty on the field here. We got a flag. Is this going to be on Detroit? Oh, it's going to be holding. All right, Sean Hercules needs to relax a little bit. He's flexing a little too hard, you know. He's trying to. It's like he's throwing them, man. I was like, relax, man. Jeez. He's pointing too aggressively to where the penalty is. I'm like, we got you, man. We got you. All right, relax. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 14. Lofton one, and it's a grand. Uh-oh. Oh, no. CeeDee trying to grab that one-handed, and he went down. That is a concussion for CeeDee Lamb. He went into like the fencing pose that we've seen from a couple players there. That's not good. Well, oh, man. Yeah, his head just smacked the end zone there. Well, that's unfortunate because he's been their best player. 6 catches for 121 yards. I would be surprised if we do see Lamb back in this game. All right. 2nd and 10, Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers split out to the left. Gets it out, and Flournoy picks it up about 5 yards down to the 9. 3rd down coming up. All right, Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got 3 receivers bunched up on that left side. Looking, pressure, throws, and that's going to be incomplete. Pass intended for Flournoy, and another drive for the Cowboys is going to stall out here in the red zone inside the 10. All right, 4th and 5, and the Cowboys are going for it here. Not too surprising. They're down by 18. All right, Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looks, throws, and that's going to be caught by George Pickens. He fumbles the ball. He already had the first down. He fumbles, but I think it's recovered by the Cowboys. And they're saying they blew the play dead at the 1. Yeah, once again, dude, Pickens trying to do way too much here, man. Why, Gorgeous George? Just why? All right, so Dallas with a 1st and goal at the 2. Hands it off to Williams. He is going to be stopped just inside the 1. So 2nd and goal coming up. So CD Lamb is on the sidelines there. I don't know if he's already gone into the blue tent or he's coming out of it, but he does not have his helmet at all. So, all right, 2nd and goal. Dak under center. Another run. Williams punching it in. And the Cowboys finally get into the end zone here. Now, if you're the Cowboys, do you go for 2? Go for 2, cut it down to a 10-point lead. Right now, it is a 2-possession lead. It's a touchdown, extra point, and a field goal if you just kick the extra point. But if you miss the 2-point conversion, you're down by 2 touchdowns. And they go with the extra point. There it is, man. Woo! Yeah, Dallas needed to score there, man, because otherwise it was going to be a rough game if they did not. Especially going for it on 4th down, man. That would have been, that would not have been good, man. Holy cow, man. We got 6 people watching. Let's go, baby. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Seastrom, points. We'll take it. And if there's a pick 6 on the next drive by Detroit, that wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Dave, what's your favorite breed of dog? Ooh. The ones that don't shed a lot. I'm trying to think here. So I grew up with a husky. She was not a really good dog, honestly. She was a little bit of a crazy one, very aggressive, unfortunately. But I do like huskies, man. I like, especially if they're trained really well. They're very active. They're very fun. Trying to think here. Yeah, I would say huskies are a great dog. Like, I don't think you could ever go wrong with like a lab. Labs are always like, once again, if they're trained well. I think that's true for most dogs. Labs are so awesome, man. They're so fluffy, and they're a good home dog. They're a good family dog. Come on, Dallas, now just 2 touchdowns and don't let Detroit score any in this way. Hey, there we go. me see here. The one dog that I did want to get, if I did like, if I ever get a dog, it's always going to be when I buy my own house. That way, they have enough space to just kind of be wherever they want. I don't feel like living in an apartment is a great for a dog, for the most part. But I'm trying to think of I can't remember the dog's name, but it was the, if anybody's seen The Mask with Jim Carrey from the '90s, that dog would be like really really awesome to have. That's like one of my a dog that I would love. I'm a short guy for the most part, so having a big dog that like almost outweighs me, probably not the smartest idea. But yeah, I think that kind of dog, that style or that breed of dog would be really cool for me though. One from like The Mask. All right. Kick is away, called inside the 5, across the 20, 25, breaks a couple tackles, and down near the 32. Jack Russell Terrier, the internet. Hey, there we go. Yes, Jack Russell Terrier. Thank you. I know there's like different types of like, I guess breeds, yeah, of like Jack Russells. There's like the, I think there's like a king, like something that is very common in like Europe or especially the UK. But yeah, man, yeah, Jack Russell Terrier. That would be the dog that I would get. First and 10. And Gibbs trying to break a couple tackles, and he's going to lose yardage on the effort. Loses about 3, maybe 4 on that one. And let me probably move the ball here. There we go. Dude, what is going on with the hair today, man? Jeez. Can't control it. Can't control it, man. So it'll be 2nd and 15 after the loss of 5 on the run. Ball back at the 27. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Gets it out to JMO on the screen, and he will pick up about 6 yards on that one, maybe closer to 7. So weird seeing Quinnen Williams in a Dallas jersey. It's a massive human being, dude. Standing next to even a potentially even more massive of a human being than is Kenny Clark. It's a big man right there. All right, 3rd and 8. Goff in the shotgun, takes the snap, looking to his left, throws to that left side, gets Jameer Gibbs, and oh, oh, oh man, woo, oh, who was that? Was that Malik Hooker, number 26? Let's see who that was, because that dude just got woo. That's a first down catch. I'm sorry, but oh no, that was Deron Bland. Deron, oh, look at that. Look at that right leg, man. Woo. Oh. Bland's knees just buckled trying to keep up with Gibbs on that one, man. Woo. 1st and 10, ball at the 44. And direct snapped. Who the heck is this? It's number 80 with a direct snap. Oh, Cunningham. Okay. There we go. All right, that did not work out really well. It was 2nd and 9. Picked up about half a yard. Still short of the 45. Goff with a little play action. Launching it to the left. And that's going to be caught by JMO along the left sideline. First down. Let me see here. Sorry. Steve, so you don't want Scooby-Doo. Got it. I mean, if a dog talks, man, that'd be pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. Especially if he eats like sandwiches and like lasagna. Like me and the dog could just pig out. To be fair, most dogs would just eat lasagna and sandwiches if you gave that to them. So maybe that's not that rare of a trait, but talking dog for sure. All right, ball at the 39. Handed off to Jameer Gibbs, and he's trying to find some room. Only picks up about a yard on the play. Let me see. Captain Dave, do they have the stadium roof down in their DOW? If you're talking about this game, I'm pretty sure. I don't think is it retractable. I don't think it's retractable in Detroit. All right, 2nd and 9. Goff in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looks, dumps it underneath to Gibbs, and makes a stiff arms a guy before going out of bounds. Picks up about 4 yards on that one. Captain Mickey Mouse, Zebras, and Cowboys. Hey, there you go. There you go. Oh, Cowboys. Sorry. Sorry, the emojis are like this small on there. So there you go. Cowboys. I don't know. Maybe whatever affected my programming here got to me now because now I'm shutting down. Jesus. All right, 3rd and 5 here. Ball at the 34. Goff over the middle, and it goes in and out of the hands of St. Brown. There was like 2 receivers like right next to each other. So I think there was a miscommunication on that one. So I think Jamison Williams might have run the wrong route because for some reason St. Brown was looking at him instead of looking where the ball was coming. Because they smacked him right in the hands, but once again he was looking at his receiving partner there. 52-yarder from Jake Bates is nowhere near. Didn't even get to the end zone on that one. Was it blocked? Yes, it was. Very much blocked. 5:45 left in the 3rd, and the Cowboys are going to have great field position. Ha ha ha. St. Brown got knocked down by the pass. Hey, man, sometimes Goff, he throws that with some force. David, blocked kick. We got a blocked kick here. See, nobody cares. Dotson. We got Dotson here. Ah, man. Every single time I see Jahan Dotson, man, it reminds me of the same thing. Yeah, man. The the Lions, man, doing a terrible job of clogging up the middle there. Jake Bates just that kick just had no chance, man. A free runner up the middle, basically. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right, Cowboys with the ball. Nice run, getting it down near the 46. All right, man, this is it. This is going to be an important drive for the Cowboys. We got under 5:30 left, man. If they can score here, get a nice long drive going, they're gonna have a good chance heading into the fourth, being down just by one possession. 2nd and 6. Dak has some time over the middle, finds a wide open Flournoy, and he will be down near the 37 of Detroit. We need a pick six. Yeah, man, we need Jared Goff to throw a pick six, man, because I don't want to deal with the Lions in the playoffs here. And a handoff, and Malik Davis picks up about a yard on the play. Come on, Dallas, bring the pride to the NFC East after what New York did against New England. Yeah, the Giants had a rough one, man. All right, we got 2nd and 9, 4 receivers set. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Throws to the left side, and that'll be incomplete. Trying to get it to Turpin. Cavante is looking for a flag, and he's not going to get one until now. It's actually against Dallas. And they're going to get Thomas with a hold of Hutchinson there. So 2nd and 19, ball back at the 45. Single receiver to the left. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his left. Has a little bit of time over the middle, and it's caught by Ferguson. Holy freaking cow, man. Anzalone with great coverage. Jake Ferguson looking for a flag, but I mean that's a heck of a catch though. Woo! Anzalone was able to kind of get a hand on that. That ball nearly fell incomplete. All right. 3rd and 9, ball at the 35. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his left. Clean pocket. Defender falls down. Flournoy to the 20, to the 15, and down at the 13. But there is a flag. Did Flournoy push off? Was there offensive PI? And from the looks of it, yes. And that's actually going to be on George Pickens. Sorry, Steve, man, but it looks like Gorgeous George is picking up a penalty on that one. So it'll be 3rd and 19 now. Dak takes the snap, has a clean pocket, delivers a throw, and that goes in and out of the hands of Pickens. Reed on the coverage. So this is at the 45, so this would be a 63-yarder for Brandon Aubrey. Career high is 65. He's definitely got the leg for it. The issue has been accuracy. Actually, no. Actually, I got to give credit where credit is due. Pickens did not drop that one. That was just a great defensive play by Reed. Kick is up. And That was good from about 66 or 67 right there, man. All right, man. All right. Dallas has made it a one possession game. All right, we're going to a commercial break, but bam, dude. Aubrey is a freaking weapon, dude. Like I said, that thing was. You could have moved that thing probably back 3 or 4 more yards. It probably still would have been good. So with that, Brandon Aubrey has been able to extend his NFL record, um, most 60-yard kicks in a career that have been made. It goes Greg Zerline with 3, Matt Prater with 3, Brett Maher, former Dallas Cowboy, with 4, and now Brandon Aubrey with 6. Dang. Dave, would you eat bite of cheese that had salsa drizzled on? Would I eat a bit or a bite of cheesecake that had salsa drizzle over it? Depends. If it's like mango salsa, not gonna lie, that might actually be pretty good. Some mango salsa with some cheesecake, especially if the cheesecake is just the plain cheesecake. I'd probably eat the whole thing. But also, just to answer this question, is the cake free, or do I get the whole cake? That's what I'm saying. Because if I'm gonna eat something that I might not like completely, I don't want to pay for it, and I better get all of it. That's all I'm saying. Can you tell I'm a haggler? Like, all right, if you're gonna give me some bag cheesecake, but I want the whole cheesecake, all right? Yeah, this country's lucky that we can't haggle, cause dude, everywhere I go, man, I would be like, I know it says $9.99, but how about I give you $6.99? Just saying. All right. It's going to be returned by Kennedy down to the 32, maybe the 33 there. And then Steve, I am really surprised about Detroit's performance today. I didn't think they would be like this. Let's go Dallas. Come on, man. Yeah, man. Detroit is they're a good team, man, but they've had some struggles for sure um, throughout the season. David, you can have the whole cake for $4, but it also comes with a jar of salsa. Mm. If you give it to me for free, I will take it. And it's going to be a run by Montgomery. He picks up 9 yards there. Nice job, man. Let's go. And I'm being nice because usually I'd be like, you're going to have to pay me at least $4 to take that salsa and cheesecake off your hand. So I'm saying, let's do it for free. Let me see here. David, $6.99 or $6.69? I mean, $6.69 is a lot better deal. Plus, it's extra nice. All right, another handoff. Montgomery with the muscle picks up an extra 4 yards, and it's gonna be a first down for Detroit. And we got less than 2 minutes left in the third. All right. Ball at the 45 of Detroit. Goff under center. Fakes the handoff. Pressure. Gets away, and he will just throw it away. There is a flag. Came very early on this play. Dan Campbell on the sideline said, "F man." Yeah, it's been a little bit of an inconsistent night. Weirdly enough, because I mean they've scored 27 points and it's been pretty solid, but it's been a little bit of a grind. Goff takes a hit, and JMO able to somehow adjust, makes a great catch, and now it is second and 1. Come on, defense, stop him. Kenny Clark, the former Green Bay Packer, able to get the pressure on Goff. Obviously, Kenny is very familiar with this Detroit team. He spent most of his career playing them twice a year. All right, run up the middle, and Montgomery picks up another first down. And they will be at Dallas's 45. Chris Lasso. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, my man. How you doing today? And also, Chris, who do you got tonight, man? Who do you think is going to win? Or who did you pick to win before, maybe? David. Dave, what is the most underrated Mexican food item in your opinion? Ooh. Oh, man, damn. So luckily we're on a commercial break here because this is to be honest with you, man, if this is all we did during this stream, answer this question, this would be the most important. This would be worth it. Oh man. All right, so you got your basics, you got your tacos, you got your quesadillas, tortas, unas tortas. And for those that don't know, a torta is basically like a Mexican sandwich. Yeah, it comes with mayonnaise, comes with ham. Sometimes it can be whatever meat. It can be with steak or whatever, beans, lettuce, tomato, avocado, all that stuff. Anyway, starting to get hungry. So my underrated, and this is mostly because I think it's I've never had it not be good. And granted, I've only eaten what my mom makes for the most part. And that is the chile relleno. That is it's not even a bell pepper. It's like I'm trying to think of it. It might be chile guajillo, but it's a non super spicy pepper that you open it up, you take the seeds out for the most part, and you kind of almost like you grill it to make it soft, and then you stuff it with some type of cheese. I think it's usually queso fresco, sometimes with Chihuahua cheese, which is like the really melty cheese. And then you basically bread it, and then you deep fry it on each side for a couple seconds, and man, so good. Dude, you get some homemade tortillas with it. Perfect. Sorry, I got lost. I'm missing a couple chats here. Definitely was leaning Lions. That's fair. I picked the Cowboys to win here. Hopefully they prove me right. Good evening, Chris. Do you get the spelling of your name from Chris Collinsworth, or is it just a coincidence? Chile relleno poblano pepper. There it is. Dahlia, thank you. I could have Googled it, but I was like, A chile relleno, yeah, man. Hopefully I described it correctly, or for the most part, this is what my mom usually, how she makes it. But yeah, you want to cook the pepper first, Kind of want to give it the char to make it soft. That way it doesn't snap when you try to stuff into it. So make it nice and malleable. And once again, you put cheese. You put a couple different cheeses on there. Some melty cheese, but I think you're pretty sure you're putting in some queso fresco, which is like the crumbly Mexican cheese that you see sometimes. And then once again, you bread it, you deep fry it, not super deep fry, but just like enough to kind of cook the sides evenly, because otherwise you have raw dough. And the dough for the most part is fairly light. It's not like a bread, if that makes sense. It's not like what you get here in the United States. It's a very spongy kind of outer coating, and this doesn't really coat the whole thing. It's like you'll still very much see the pepper throughout the whole thing. It's only to kind of give it a little bit of a texture and a little extra juice. But yeah, Chris. No, there's a guy, Chris. There you go. It's fluffed egg. Fluffed egg. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I guess it's not breading. Yeah, sorry, my bad. Goff throws. There's a flag on the field already, and he gets it out to Montgomery. Picks up about 8 yards there, so it'll be 2 yards shy of the first. We'll see what the flag is. See, Dahlia, man, look at that. Dahlia's on it right here, man. But anyway, but chile relleno is my answer to that. It's very underrated. I don't think a lot of people have eaten it, and if you get a place that makes it well, so good. Yeah, and you do want to lay it on something that'll soak up the excess oil while it's cooling down a little bit. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit too greasy. But if you get something that kind of soaks it up for a little bit, some towels, it'll be so good. So good. All right, we got 2nd and 2, ball at the 37. Sorry, this stream turned into the chile relleno stream for a bit. And Montgomery doing a great job of bouncing through the tackles, and we'll get it down to the 30. First down for Detroit. Dude, this is a David Montgomery night, man. He's been far and away the most effective of the two backs, at least when it comes to running the ball. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 29. Goff in the shotgun. Launching it deep to the left, and I think it's going to be out of bounds. Trying to get it to Isaac Tesla there. David Dahlia out here with some culinary wisdom. Absolutely, man. Look at that. And it's going to be a holding penalty on Rutledge. That is his 2nd penalty of the night. Oh yeah, got beat by the stunt there. So 1st and 20 back at the 39. And Gibbs, trying to make a cut, will slip in the backfield and lose about a yard on the play. And you know what? I completely forgot. Sorry, I got lost talking about chile rellenos. And yeah, it's the 4th quarter here, guys. My bad. We got 2nd and 22. But yeah, David, what about you, my man? What is and it is open to anybody, what is the most underrated Mexican cuisine that you believe? Quick throw to the right side, and St. Brown picked up a good chunk there before going out of bounds. There's a Mexican restaurant around here that apparently sells chile rellenos a la carte. so I could go try one sometime. I recommend it, man. Like I said, there is like it's not one of the hardest things to make, but if they leave it too long or they let it get soggy, but if they make it fresh, man, I recommend it. Definitely get some tortillas with it. And yeah, it's gonna be so good, dude. So good. Get it out to JMO on the screen, and he gets only about a yard or two. That'll be fourth down coming up for Detroit. Oh boy. We got a little over, just under 12:15 left in the game, and it looks like Detroit is going to try a Jake Bates field goal here to try to make this a 2-possession lead. This one from 46. Kick is up, and it is good. And that was a big kick right there, man. Now, no matter what the Dallas Cowboys do on this next drive, Detroit will still have the lead. All right. I don't qualify to answer that. I basically order a burrito every time I go to a Mexican restaurant. That's fair. Can't go wrong with a burrito for the most part, man. To me, as long as the ingredients are relatively fresh, can't go wrong. Packer Nation's Lions, in my opinion, suck. My opinion, too. Even though I do like Dan Campbell. And I think Jahmyr Gibbs is one of the best running backs in the NFL. And I think St. Brown is also one of the best receivers in the NFL. And Jamison Williams is also one of the most dangerous deep receivers in the NFL. I like Jan Campbell, too. Brian Branch is a really good player. Do I like the Lions? No, they suck. I'll stick to that. Let me see here. Dahlia made them growing up. Peeling the pepper was a favorite thing. I always tried to leave the biggest peel like an orange. I also was the best egg fluffer maker. There you go. See, when you got skills, man, you gotta take pride in them. Take pride. Steve, come on, Dallas. It is the final countdown. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na. G-damn, no. Packer Nation, you get pressure to Goff, you beat them all day. Oh, absolutely, man. Goff is one of the few quarterbacks that are, like, in my opinion, a top 10 quarterback. But when you get pressure, and this has been true, when you move him off his spot, his accuracy, his production, his turnovers, everything goes down except for the turnovers that go way up, man. And it's not like it's a 5% difference. No, it is double-digit percentages going down, man. And, yeah, that's why you need to have a good offensive line for Jared Goff, man. Otherwise, if they're struggling, dude, that whole team just kind of struggles unless Jahmyr Gibbs is having a great night. All right. Let's go, Cowgirls. Fourth is plenty of time to get the job done. Yes? Yeah, the Cowboys need to win this game for the Packers. Just a little bit of help. Just to make sure that we don't have to deal with Detroit the rest of the way. Turpin is going to be spun down near the 30-yard line. Yeah, Dak Prescott has been pressured 27% of the time in this game, man. First and 10, ball at the 30. Play action. Dak steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off and run. He's to the 35, to the 40, and will pick up about 12 yards before going out of bounds. Oh, Hold up. Hey. All right, we got 11:25 on the clock. The clock is running. All right, Dak in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off, and I believe that is Javonte Williams picking up 11 yards and a first down for the Cowboys. All right, 1st and 10. They are in Detroit territory. Ball at the 47. Dak looking, throws it underneath. Flournoy, he picks up about 5 yards there. Once again, CeeDee Lamb is out of this game. He suffered a concussion in this game. I believe that was early in the third, unfortunately. And you can tell, man, the offensive efficiency for this Cowboys offense has gone down. They've had to rely on the running game a little bit more. 2nd and 5. Dak throws to the right. Oh, wide open to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Flournoy. Wow. He was just wide open. I believe that was a Meek Roberts who might have fallen on the play. We'll see. Okay, points. Let's go. And oh no, it was just a beautiful double move. That's a hell of a job there by Flournoy. Let's see here. Boom. And all right, they're going for 2. Trying to make this a 3-point game. We got 9:52 left in the game. Dak with a clean pocket has time. Running out of time, and he finds his tight end, Jake Ferguson, the former Wisconsin Badger, getting Dallas 2 more points on that nice catch over the middle. Ooh. I like Flournoy's celebration. Raise the roof. The roof. The roof is on fire. No. All righty. David Seastrom. High five, sir. Let's go. High fives. High fives in the chat. High fives in the chat. All right, let me see here. Seastrom, it's a 3-point game. High five, David. Let's go. Steve, come on, Dallas. Come on. We will win this. Absolutely, man. Yeah, this game is it's a lot closer than it was in the first half, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, Flournoy, man. Holy freaking cow, man. He's been doing a pretty decent job ever since Lamb left the game. Yeah, right now Flournoy is the second leading receiver so far in this game. Lamb has 6 catches for a buck 21. Flournoy 6 catches, 75 yards, but also has a touchdown in this game. And Ryan Flournoy does have the most targets out of anybody with 9. Even CeeDee Lamb only had 8 before leaving the game. All right, kick is away, caught inside the 5, to the 20, 25. Oh, he's loose to the 35 and down to the 41, and that is Kennedy with a nice return. Yeah, the remaining schedule for the Lions is a little bit more difficult. Chargers, Raiders, they should be a win. Commanders should be a win, but then they got the Bills. Wait, hold on. I think they screwed that up with the. Hold up. Lions have Rams, Steelers, Vikings, and Bears. So a little bit more difficult for them. And it's going to be a run up the middle, and that'll pick up about a yard there for Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah, so the rest of the schedule for Detroit, man, if they are not able to come away with a win, they'll have to go to the Rams, who are, I think, second in the NFC right now, behind the Bears, weirdly enough. And then they'll host Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. That could be an easy win, or it could be a tough matchup, whichever one shows up. For the Vikings, that should be a win, but they did lose to the Vikings a couple weeks ago with J.J. McCarthy. Jahmyr Gibbs up the middle again, and that picks up only about 2, down to the 45. And then finally, they finish off the season with the number 1 seeded Chicago Bears. And that could be, I think the last time they played them, they whooped the Bears pretty well. Yeah, that was a 21-52 victory for Detroit, but the Bears have been a little bit of a different team since then. All right, 3rd and 6, ball at the 45, Goff in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looks, pressure, throws, and he finds J-Mo to the 40, to the 30, 25, and they are in Dallas territory. There is a flag on the field. I think it's going to be on Dallas, though. I feel like there is quite a bit of time left for how late it is. Oh, yeah. That is true. That is true. Oh, jeez. So that is going to be on James Houston, who already has a sack in this game. So, honestly, they could have gotten it for 2 different things. He had a handful of the offensive lineman's face, and then he basically threw a punch at Jared Goff's head. So that will likely just extend that play a little bit more. So they'll probably be inside the 20. And yep, ball at the 13 at 1st and 10. Goff under center, fullback, running back in the backfield. It's going to be a toss, and Jahmyr Gibbs making a few guys miss, and he gets it down near the 10. Yeah, it is Central Time. It is 10 p.m. right now. So, yeah, this game has definitely been lacking in terms of, I think the biggest thing is neither team has really truly committed to the run. And there's been a lot of incompletions. So that unfortunately does stop the clock. All right, 2nd and 7, ball at the 10. Another handoff, Gibbs to the 5, to the 1, touchdown, Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow. And that is a massive, massive freaking score there for Detroit. Dude, that offensive line just whoo, just cleaning out the house, man. Just moving everybody to the left. And they're reviewing this. They're double checking whether Gibbs' knee hit the ground before the ball crossed. And it's been confirmed. All right. Bates in for the extra point here to make it a 10-point game. We got 7:17 left in the game. Kick is good. So definitely plenty of time. This game is not over. Dallas can for sure squeeze in 2 possessions here, but they're gonna have to either score relatively quickly, probably within 2 minutes, or they're gonna have to get Detroit to punt the ball back to them in relatively pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm trying to remember what the percentage is. I think if Dallas would win this game, they have like a roughly a 40% chance to make the playoffs. Versus if they lose, I think they drop to just under 10. And to be fair, percentages like are they're kind of it depends on how you use them. It depends, and you also have to understand like it's a whole thing. Anyway, and then for Detroit, if they lose, the chances for them to make the playoffs drop to I think somewhere in the mid to low 30s. But if they win, they bump up to like the mid, I think 50s or high 50s. So still not a guarantee, but obviously almost like a 20-ish point swing there, or maybe it's close to the 60s. I can't remember, but either way, Detroit would benefit the most from a win here tonight in terms of their chances. And unfortunately for Dallas fans, a loss would their playoff hopes would take a massive, massive hit. Let me see here. Steve, every team have hard schedule in the NFC who play for playoffs hope, except for Dallas. They have the easiest. Yeah, you might be right. I don't know. I would have to look at the Rams' schedule here, but yeah, the Rams don't have too hard of a schedule. They got Detroit next week, and then Seattle. So those are their next. Oh, sorry, I forgot they got the Cardinals this week actually. So they got the Cardinals twice. That team has already been eliminated from the playoffs, and then the Falcons. I think the Falcons are also eliminated, or they're close to it. All right, Turpin accelerating and getting it down near the 35. So yeah, I mean the Rams only two games in their next 5 with a team with a winning record, and uh, two of those other 3 games are against a division foe that have already been eliminated from the playoffs. So. But yeah, I think Dallas does have one of the easier schedules for sure. They got Minnesota, they got the Chargers, then the Commanders, and then the Giants. So yeah, I mean that's what 1, 2, 3 teams with losing records, and then the Chargers are the only team with a winning record. So we're on a commercial break. We're not missing a thing right now. So unfortunately for them, man, unfortunately for the Cowboys, their defense picked arguably the worst time to finally kind of give up a bunch of points, man. The defense have been playing so freaking well, man. And for the most part, they've done a decent job of holding Jameer Gibbs in check. But unfortunately, David Montgomery has been the the more effective of the two backs. He's gotten into the end zone. I think he was averaging close to 10 yards per carry, depending on. Let me see here. Let's see how many carries did he have after. Yeah, so Jameer 6 carries, 60 yards, and a touchdown. And then Jamison Williams, 7 catches, 97 yards. Jameer Gibbs, 7 catches for 77 yards. And Amon Ra, 5 for 55. We haven't really seen a whole lot of Amon Ra in the second half. It's been kind of quiet. Right, so number 33 Vaki was on the field after the kick return. Looks like he kind of got hit in the midsection, but he was able to walk off under his own power. 1st and 10. Dak pressured, and down he goes back at the 23. And oh boy, Detroit is starting to put the pressure on him. Definitely not how you wanted to start this drive. All right. 2nd and 19. 3 receivers on that right side. Little play action. Dak looking, throws it deep down the field, and he's got Flournoy. Going to be very close to a first down. All right. It'll be officially a 1st and 10. Quick throw, gets it out to George Pickens, and he is going to be good for about 9. Steve, come on, Dallas, don't give up. We have enough time to make a miracle. It's true. 2nd and 8. It's going to be a handoff to Williams, and he will get it across the 45, and they are going to be at Detroit's 43-yard line. First down. So yeah, it says primetime insights. If they scored before 3:19, they have one predicted drive remaining. 1st and 10, fakes the toss. Dak, pressure, and able to get away from Hutchinson, and he picks up a yard. Oh man, Hutch is tired, man. He's asking for a little bit of a. He's asking for a sub there, man. 2nd and 9. Dak takes a hit as he throws, but able to deliver a great throw to Schoonemaker. First down for Dallas. All right, ball at the 30 here. Dak hands it off up the middle, and Williams picks up only about 2 yards. Second and 8, quick throw, and that's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it to Schoonemaker, running an out route there. Great coverage by Anzalone. All right, we got 3rd and 8. Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. Quick throw, and it's going to be Flournoy with a gain of 10 and a first down. Dude, Flournoy is... Okay, so did CeeDee Lamb just change his jersey? Yeah, Flournoy, 8 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. And Pickens picks up a gain of about 7 there, goes out of bounds. Stops the clock at 3:54. Yeah, this Detroit secondary, man, they are tired. Second and 3, Dak in the shotgun, running back to his right. 2 receivers stacked up on the right side. Detroit with an all-out blitz, lofts one up, and that's going to be incomplete. 3rd and 3 coming up. Yeah, Prescott was hoping somebody would turn that upfield. All right, 5 receivers set. And it looks like Detroit is going to use a timeout here. That's their first of the half. I mean, regardless of what happens on this 3rd down play, this is going to be basically 4th down territory for the Cowboys. I guess they could take the field goal. They would still make it a 1-possession game. Sorry, I forgot that. I thought they were down by a little bit more. 3rd and 3. Throws, and it's nearly intercepted. Brian Branch. He is on the ground. There's a bunch of flags. Branch very, very slow to get up. Oh, they might get Anzalone on either pass interference or it might be illegal contact. Oh. They're actually going to get Jake Ferguson on the penalty. Okay, I can see that for sure. But I believe you also have to get Anzalone for clearly making some contact. I don't know. That was weird. Seastrom, that's... yeah. Well, the silver lining is you needed to kick a field goal anyway. And Aubrey is about as consistent as you can get around the league. Knocking on wood on that one. They are still checking on Brian Branch there in the end zone. He is very slow to get off the field. It looks like he needs a little bit of help as well. They're taking their sweet time to try to set up this field goal here. Jeez. All right, we got 3:45 left in the game. Dallas will probably have to start using their timeouts to make sure that they have enough time to get the ball back. 29-yard field goal, and it is good. All right, there's definitely no defense happening in the second half. Dude, imagine if Jared Goff throws a pick six. That'd be hilarious. Just saying. Detroit looks so tired. I feel for them. Yeah, that defense was. I mean, that defense has been on the field for a while. Okay, let me look at the. So time of possession. It's only about a 4-minute difference. Yeah, Dallas has had the ball for a little over, just a few seconds over 30 minutes. So. Again, that's in game time. Real time, they've probably been on the field for a little bit longer. You know, once again, an incomplete pass stops the clock. And there's been a lot of passing in this game. Yeah, Dak has thrown the ball 40 times, and Jared Goff has thrown the ball 33 times. And there has been a combined 21 incomplete passes. I didn't hear no bell. You bum. See, this is what happens when the games get way too late. I just start quoting, I don't even want to say obscure, just really weird pop culture. Just very strange pop culture. Detroit look so tired. I feel for them. Oh, David, I apparently have completely missed that one until now. All right. Kennedy with a great return, and holy cow, stays in bounds. Terrible freaking tackling attempt by Dallas, man. What the heck was that? Yeah, after that bad attempt by whoever that was, I'm pretty sure Kennedy picked up almost an extra 5 yards on the return. Yeah, man, Detroit has had some very, very solid field position because of Kennedy, man. His returns, like, I don't know if it's a scheme thing or if it's just him. Like, that guy is just going 100 miles an hour right away. All right, so 1st and 10, ball at the 49. All right. And hand it off to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he'll get it just on the other side of the 50 there in Dallas territory. So bad news for Detroit. Brian Branch is being carted to the locker room. Steve, I really don't know what Detroit will do if this game goes to OT by any way possible. Yeah, man. Dallas is gonna have to stop him and score a touchdown before that happens, man. And it does look like Detroit is getting a little bit better on offense in the second half here. 2nd and 9. Play action. Looks, throws, and wide open to the 30, to the 25, to the 15, and down inside the 15-yard line And that is Amon Ra St. Brown. Working on the rookie there, Revel. Actually, no, sorry. Revel is the one that brought him down. I think that was Duran Bland that was supposed to be on the coverage. So blame the correct person. I don't want to. It's the last spit right there by St. Brown. Cheers. All right. So that was a gain of 37 yards. And right now, Dallas is challenging whether he went out of bounds. And that was a weird thing to challenge. I get it. You don't want to just. I mean, I guess you're already gonna use a timeout on the challenge, but so yeah, basically they marked him down in the field, so the clock would have kept on going. So Brian was sure. Schottenheimer, the head coach, was trying to challenge whether he went out of bounds. That would have stopped the clock, and then Dallas would have not had to use a timeout. But I guess it was kind of worth the risk. You were going to use a timeout anyway. All right, we got 2:25 left in this game here. Basically, another first down should be enough to kind of ice the game, at least once I get to the 2-minute warning. It's going to be a reverse to the right, and it's a first down and more. Jahmyr Gibbs gets into the end zone, and there it is, man. Put a fork in it, and it is done. $43 points, man. About to be 44, it looks like. And Bates makes it 44. I really don't know what to do. Sorry, Steve. Will. Ugh. Damn, Dallas. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they sold out for the run there, and at least the run that was going to the left. Instead, it was a handoff to the right, and Jahmyr literally just waltzed it in the final 7 yards. I don't blame the offense for this. 30 points is respectable enough for any game, let alone versus the Lions. This is on the defense, 100%. That is a Matt Eberflus defense right there, man. And, you know, I got to give Matt a little bit of credit. They did play really well over the last 3 weeks on defense, but yeah, still not what you want. And Dallas will get the ball back. Who knows, man? Maybe they get the ball back. They score here. They got 11 seconds. So if they can score before the 2-minute warning, They have a chance. David, I blame Canada. Those darn Mounties. Seastrom giving me flashbacks to some of our worst losses of the 2023-2024 season where our defense blew against good, great teams like the Packers game in the playoffs. Yeah. Dak chucking it down the field. He's got a man. Oh, come on, George. It wasn't a drop, and I'm not going to say it was going to be an easy catch. Dak probably should have laid that one out a little bit towards the sidelines, or just flatter down the field. But yeah, man, that was that could have been a touchdown right there. Dak looking, throws it over the middle, and it goes in and out of the hands of who the heck is this? Is that Tolbert? No. Mingo. There we go. That's a name we have not seen a whole lot this season. He was traded last year from Carolina for like a third or fourth round pick. That was a dumb decision by Jerry Jones. Let me see here. Steve, we know about the defense is not that good. They just performed good against Kansas City and the Eagles. We need improvement next season in the defense so bad. For F's sakes, George. Yeah. Oh, so there it is. Probabilities with a loss for the Cowboys is 9%. And sorry, for the Detroit Lions, it would have been 19% of a chance to make the playoffs if they would have lost. So it was closer to like a 30-plus point swing for them. Yeah, their playoff hopes jump up to around 50s with this win. All right. We reached the 2-minute warning here. 1:59 left in the game. All right. Dak with 3 receivers to the right. Pressure, and Hutch with a great spin move on Thomas, forcing that one out of Dak Prescott's hands. And now we have a 4th and 10. So we got a couple Cowboys fans here, man. So pressure, throws. He finds a first down. That is Flournoy. I think he caught it right at the line to gain. I mean, you might have found a decent receiver in Flournoy, man. I know he's been with the Cowboys for a bit. Wait, are they saying this wasn't a first down? Wow. Oh, actually, they're going to review this. I mean, he's very close, man. He's very close to that. But anyways, to continue with my question, for this open to anybody but Cowboys fans, what would you like to see Jerry do this offseason if the Cowboys don't make the playoffs? They're still not eliminated, but even with this loss. But what would you like them to do? That would you want to see them trade for more guys, or do you want to use those picks as much as you can? Maybe even trade up a couple times. All right, so the Cowboys will. Looks like they're going to use a timeout here. I think they did get the first down upon further review. Oh, actually, Sean Hockley made a mistake. They're going to take the 10-second runoff. David, I would like to see Jerry trade 3 first-round picks for Kyler Murray. That might work. Turpin with a catch, and he gets it inside Detroit territory down near the 40. Goes out of bounds, too, stopping the clock at 1:32. What do I want them to do? I think get some defensive help, or offense is fine. 1st and 10. I think they do need another running back that's a little bit more consistent. I think Javonte Williams is good, but I think he's starting to wear down just a little bit. Offensive line help wouldn't be bad either. And that might be incomplete. There is a flag, though. What I really want from Jerry is to go away from Dallas, but that's just dreams. In reality, I want some trades on defense. Okay, trades. Okay. All right. Clock is stopped at 1:25, 1st and 10. Pressure, and down goes Prescott. And the Cowboys are probably be forced to use that second timeout. And there it is. As fast as what exactly? Something to address the secondary, I guess. Not knowledgeable in football enough to say more than that. That's all good. I mean, you're not wrong, dude. You are not wrong. I think Revel could be a decent player for you, the rookie corner. But, I mean, dang, dude. They need more depth. They need to get younger on defense, in my opinion. And to be honest with you, I don't like Matt Eberflus. I saw what he did with Chicago. It was beautiful. Destroying that franchise was awesome. I hated that they fired him. And that's usually not a good sign. And it's intercepted! Oh, Reed bobbling that one all the way to the ground, but able to snatch it before it hit the turf. And there it is. That is it. Dak Prescott trying to force it to Ryan Flournoy, who has been arguably their best receiver tonight outside of maybe CeeDee Lamb. It was in his possession. He got hit a couple times. The ball squirted out and it was intercepted by Reed. Oh, hold on. Ooh, this is close. Reed, when he caught it, he rolled over on top of the ball, and the ball definitely kind of. Oh no. Come on. Don't do this to me again. Sorry, my my stream kind of, not this stream, but the game stream kind of lagged a little bit. And last time that happened, everything fell apart for a bit. But it's been confirmed the Detroit Lions do get the ball off of an interception. And I said it at the beginning of this stream. When the Cowboys turn the ball over, they don't do it too often, but when they do it in bunches, unfortunately. They'll go a game or two with maybe a turnover, but they're gonna have that game where they throw or give the ball away, at least 3 times, man. It happens every single time. All right, man. There it is. The final kneel down. And Detroit keeps their hopes alive, their playoff hopes alive. They improved to 8-5. And for Dallas, the 3-game winning streak comes to an end. And they fall to 6-1. Yeah, so Dallas is going to need to win out to even have a chance. Another loss likely will be a guaranteed playoff elimination. So they're going to need to win everything the rest of the way. And then on top of that, they're going to need a couple teams to help them out, including the Lions. All right, let me see here. David, I just want Jerry to give Seastrom season tickets for free. Heck yeah, let's go. I'm not sure if that's the issue of talent or something that can and should be addressed through coaching. Yeah, man, I do believe that the Cowboys do definitely need a little bit of an influx of youth and some more talent on defense, especially. And then on top of that, I think they need to move on from Matt Eberflus. I think the experiment is not going to work. I would like a fresh start starting next year, for sure, on that defense. You know, somebody that still fits the mold of what you have with your players, but somebody that's a little bit, not going to be playing soft coverage when you need a stop on second down and you know, letting St. Brown go off for 37 yards off of that. It's like, come on, man. But anyway, David, then I want Seastrom to take me to a game so I can say I've been there, done that. All right, that's the game. Yes, it is. Could have easily had 40 points for the Cowboys with some better discipline on penalties, true. Or some of these close drives going our way. But the bigger issue here is the defense. Very true. Yeah, man, when you score only 9 points, 3 field goals in the first half, I mean, you turn one of those, just one of those, into a touchdown drive, man, and you're looking at a little bit of a different game, And once again, the defense was obviously the biggest issue. But, yeah, tough. Steve will now, if we win the rest of our games, we'll be 10-6-1. We need a miracle right now to go to the playoffs. It's very true. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna need a couple teams to lose, including Detroit, and then I think you're either gonna need Green Bay or I'm trying to think of the team right now. Seattle. You're gonna need one of them to drop at least, for sure, 2 games. So, yeah, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough for the Cowboys, but you're technically still in the fight. So, let's frickin' go. But yeah, man, holy freaking cow. I was expecting a shootout for sure, but I was not expecting 74 points. Yeah, there it is right there. So, yeah, everybody except for the Eagles and the Packers have 9 wins or more. Actually, everybody's actually pretty close. Jesus. Is there a single team in the NFC that has 10 wins? Not crazy, right? I saw that. Eagles 8 wins, Bears 9 games, Buccaneers 7 games, Rams. Oh yeah, wow. There's not a single team in the NFC with 10 wins right now. The NFC West has 3 teams with 9 wins. That is freaking wild. While in the AFC, you got 2 teams with double-digit wins, the Patriots and the Broncos. Patriots with 11, the Broncos with 10. Wow. Okay. All right. I'm surprised. All right. Last year, how many teams in the NFC had, like, what, 14 or 13 wins or more. Wasn't there like 3 or 4? Now, not a single team heading into December, well into December, none of them have double digit wins yet. Wow. All right. All right. Am I missing anything? Not right now. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much, man. I'm going to give a couple shout outs before we head out. So, also leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, please. If there's anybody new or returning, you haven't done those. But, all right, shout out to David, man. David, you were here for most of the game, my man. I appreciate you. Hopefully, you were able to get what you needed done today. Seastrom, shout out to you, my man. My condolences to your Cowboys. Hopefully, they can give you 4 more good games the rest of the way. Packer Nation, you were in here as well. Appreciate you. Dahlia, thank you for letting us know how to make a proper chile relleno. Appreciate you. Captain Mickey Mouse, you were here. Steve, condolences to you, my man. Keep enjoying the rest of the games, man, because the only thing worse than watching your team lose is being in the off season and there's no football. So hopefully your Cowboys can give you a couple more wins before the season's over. Shout out to Chris. And then I think that is all, man. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. You guys are always here for me. And we're going to keep it rolling. We got 3 games on Sunday coming up here. So starting with Baltimore and the Steelers, we're going to see who takes over that division into December. Who's going to take the lead, I should say. And then another great division matchup between the Chicago Bears, the number 1 seeded Chicago Bears, going up against the Green Bay Packers. And then we're going to finish off with Sunday night. So keep it going, man. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you. Go Pack, go! Let's go.